Hey there, guys. All right, today we are back with some shoddy cast because apparently, actually, the first The Elder Scrolls Lore Chapter 1 video actually seemed to do pretty well. So, uh, like, I'm more than happy with that. The Elder Scrolls is perhaps my favorite video game series, is just the one that I can continue to come back to and play. And I think, like, I love Oblivion. I don't like it as much as Skyrim just because it's dated, right? It's from 2006, 2004? Is it released in '06? I think it was released in '06. Um, oh man, I can't remember. But right, um, I I love the Elder Scrolls games. They're just comfort. The vibes of the exploration is just I just love it. Maybe we branch out into other Elder Scrolls lore videos that are not shoddy cast. I've been watching a couple on my own time. I watched one from like Fudge Muppet, I believe is the channel name, on my own time. It was a long ass video, but man, was it good. It was great. I think it was a video on the Civil War. And it's how complicated it actually is. I loved it. But anyways, I'm getting distracted here. We're here to watch a video that was uploaded back when I was in high school. And I watched it when it was uploaded. I don't remember anything. Let's see how much information I have retained from when I was very obsessed with the Elder Scrolls series. Let's dive in.
Tamriel, Dawn's beauty in the language of the Altmer, or Dazukan in the Dragon's tongue, is the continent upon which all the Elder Scrolls games take place. Home to many diverse races and even more conflicts, Tamriel has been host to many adventures. You've experienced Tamriel in your own way, but want to learn more about its story. Well, to get to the heart of the story, you have to go back to the beginning.
I put together. The Aedra.
We learned previously that dark supernatural forces are alive and well on Tamriel. The Daedric princes are in large the embodiment of change and chaos. They seem to love stirring things up on Nirn, which is pretty ironic considering that they didn't attribute a single thing in its creation.
Yeah.
It was
well, weren't they the ones that like left early? The Daedra were the ones that were like, oh, we don't want to actually commit all of our power or whatever to the formation of Nirn, so we're just gonna dip out. But then we're gonna meddle.
Their counterparts, the Aedra, who we owe our existence to as mortals. It was the Aedra who gave themselves in our creation, and it was the Aedra who became the bones of our planet. In the ancient Aldmeric tongue, Aedra translates to mean our ancestors. Unlike the Aedra do not have their own immortal planes within Oblivion. Rather, the act of creation bound them permanently to the mortal plane. So unlike the Aedra can in fact be killed, which is why there are some that consider them unworthy of worship. To the majority of Tamriel, however, the Aedra are revered as gods and are given...
Let's rewind that. I wanna...
And it was the Aedra who became the bones of our planet. In the ancient Aldmeric tongue, Aedra translates to mean our ancestors. Unlike the Aedra do not have their own immortal planes within Oblivion. Rather, the act of creation bound them permanently to the mortal plane. So unlike the Aedra can in fact be killed, which is why there are...
But is that like a confirmed thing, or is that a theory? Like, do we have an Aedra that has been killed and then forgotten? Is there a theory that that has happened? Because I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's still a lot. I don't want. This is something that I'm asking, but I don't actually really want the answer to. Right? Like the powers of the Aedra, they are largely a mystery, and that is where I think they should remain. I think they should. Right, the Daedra are essentially the divine beings that we can pretty much understand. And I think that's how it should be, right? But whereas the Aedra then are these sort of, right, we know that they're like related to the Daedra, but we're uncertain as to like, there are some ways where they seem more powerful, but then in other ways they are not as powerful. And I think that's really how the balance should remain. I don't want really any more answers about the Aedra. I want them to be these mysterious gods that are in the sky, I guess, or whatever, that we cannot ever truly comprehend.
There are some that consider them unworthy of worship. To the majority of Tamriel, however, the Aedra are revered as gods and are given the collective name, the Divines. These Aedra, having given much of their divine essence in the creation of Nirn, cannot physically walk on the planet, but they are still believed to influence it in their own way. Worshippers of the Divines believe their destiny to be guided and protected by the Divines, and history has often proven them to be right. Firstborn of the Aedra, dragon god of time and chief deity of the Nine Divines, Akatosh represents the qualities of endurance, invincibility, and everlasting legitimacy. Akatosh is considered to be the god defender of the Empire. As Lord of the Aedra, Akatosh took pity on the plight of mortal man, who were slaves to the Daedra-loving Ayleids. Looking down on men, he drew precious blood from his own heart and blessed Saint Alacia with the blood of dragons, or as we know it, the Amulet of Kings. This ancient covenant sealed shut the jaws of oblivion long enough for Saint Alacia to free her people, ensuring the birth of an empire. In the province of Cyrodiil, Akatosh's main chapel is located in the city of Kavach. At his chapels, he blesses his followers with increased magicka and speed. Akatosh tells us, "Serve and obey your emperor. Study the covenants, worship the Nine, do your duty, and heed the commands of the saints and priests." God of righteous might and merciful forbearance, Stendarr is the inspiration of kings and rulers. He is the patron of the imperial legions and the comfort of the law-abiding citizen. In the wake of the Oblivion Crisis, followers of Stendarr formed the organization known as the Vigilance of Stendarr, whose sole mission is to eradicate the Daedra and their followers, no matter what their form. The Vigilance of Stendarr wander the countryside looking to enforce justice. They're particularly fond of saying the words, "May Stendarr have mercy on you, for the Vigil has none to spare." This saying of theirs is pretty ironic, considering that these self-proclaimed believers are supposed to be in service of the God of Mercy. The Chapel of Stendarr is located in
But no mercy for the Daedra.
Cyrodiilic coral, and, according to legend, the gauntlets of the Divine Crusader are located within. Stendarr tells us, "Be kind and generous to the people of Tamriel. Protect the weak, heal the sick, and give to the needy." God of the cycle of birth and death, Arkay is associated with burials and funeral rites. Arkay is thought to be the son of Akatosh, sometimes called the Mortals God. Arkay is the great spirit who brings every man, elf, and beast into the world, and when he deems the time is right, he ends their cycle of life and death. Because of this, Arkay is fertility and blight, joy and sorrow. Arkay's main chapel is located in the Cyrodiilic city of Ch.2, where he blesses pilgrims with increased fortitude. Arkay tells us, "Honor the earth, its creatures and spirits, living and dead. Guard and tend to the bounties of the mortal world, and do not profane the spirits of the dead." Goddess of love, Mara is the patron of the bountiful earth, and the source of mortal compassion and understanding. In some writings, she is thought to be the wife of Akatosh. Chapels devoted to the mother goddess of Tamriel are called benevolences, because her followers are devoted to uniting all creatures as children of Mara. Her believers are intolerant to only those who show intolerance. They hate only those who hate. For a reasonable donation to a benevolence, the patron will be blessed and supposedly be forever beloved by he or she who loves them best. Mara tells us, live soberly and peacefully, honor your parents, and preserve the peace and security of home and family. God
I have brought peace, security, and justice to my empire.
of work and commerce, the provider of ease, and the trader god. Zenithar is the deity of wealth.
Trader god, as in like trading or like betrayal. I could have misheard.
Wealth, labor, commerce, and
Trading.
man and Myr's most powerful gift, communication. Many followers of Zenithar have demonstrated that through earnest work
I know that shop. Ah.
and honest profit, not through war and bloodshed, peace and prosperity reign true. For the honest pilgrim, Zenithar will bestow a most prized weapon, a silver tongue. Zenithar tells us, work hard and you will be rewarded. Spend wisely and you will be comfortable. Never steal, or you will be punished. Among men, he is the greatest hero to ever walk the mortal plane.
Talos.
Talos is the god of war, heir to the seat of the Sundered Kings. In
Heir to the seat of the Sundered Kings goes so fucking hard, dude. Oh my god.
Dragonborn. Tiber Septim's great deeds here on Nirn were so legendary that he ascended to godhood as Talos, and the 8 became 9. The story of Tiber Septim the man is a long and profound one. He's arguably one of the most influential mortals who ever lived. His is a story we will surely return to time and again. But for now, know that he was the one who brought about the dawn of an era when he conquered all of Tamriel, bringing even the high and haughty
Damn right.
elves to their knees. Unifying an entire continent, Tiber Septim crowned himself the first emperor of Tamriel, and at the ripe age of 108, he ascended to
Oh?
godhood as Talos, taking the
Damn,
divines
that's a while.
from 8 to 9. It is important to note, however, that the matter of Talos' godhood is still a point of great debate, both in how and whether it actually happened. So, naturally, like any good Tamrielic debate, wars will be fought, and
Yep.
blood will be spilled. Talos tells us, be strong for war, be bold against enemies and evil, and defend the people of Tamriel. Deity of the heavens, the winds, the elements, and the unseen spirits of air, Kynareth is the patron to sailors and travelers. In some legends, she is the first of the Aedra to agree to Lorkhan's plan to invent the mortal plane of Mundus, and provides the space for its creation.
Who the fuck is Lorkhan? Shit. Was he in... I've only played Oblivion and Skyrim, and really I've only I haven't delved deep into Oblivion before. I only really did like main quests. The main quests and the guild quests in Oblivion. I never really stuck, like, just because of the age in which I was when I was playing Oblivion as opposed to then when I got into Skyrim, right? So
It is said that Kynareth took pity on the plight of man and gifted them with a Thume so that they could harness the language of dragons to use its power against them to save themselves from the wrath of Alduin. Pilgrims seeking Kynareth's blessing receive the gift of heightened stamina. Kynareth tells us, use nature's gifts wisely, respect her power, and fear her fury. She has nearly a dozen different cults, some devoted to women, some to artists, and others to erotic instruction. Dibella is the goddess of beauty and love. Houses of worship dedicated to her are sometimes called houses of Dibella, though, like most places of worship, they are also referred to as chapels and temples. Dibella tends to attract individuals who live life in pursuit of sensual pleasure. Worshipping Dibella is thought to be as a more personal and intimate association than worshipping the other divines. Cyrodiil's chapel of Dibella resides in Anvil. Prayers heard by Dibella within the chapel fortify personality. Dibella tells us, open your heart to the noble secrets of art and love. Treasure the gifts of friendship. Seek joy and inspiration in the mysteries of love. God of wisdom and logic, Julianos is the father of language, mathematics, literature, law, history, and contradiction. He is usually associated with magic, and thus often revered by wizards. Orders dedicated to Julianos are the keepers of the mysterious Elder Scrolls. Julianos tells us, know the truth, observe the law. When in doubt, seek wisdom from the wise. As citizens of Tamriel, our everyday existence is a living testament to the Aedra. So what is it? Daedra or Aedra? What side do you fall on?
Aedra, of course. Duh. Talos. Duh. Akatosh. Duh. And that was Elder Scrolls Lore, Chapter 2, The Nine Divines. I think this was... I felt like there was a little bit less information here on the... which, of course, I think is purposeful, right? There is probably... I think there is just in-universe less information on the Nine Divines, as I said at the beginning, as it should be. So that did lead this video to be a bit weaker than the Daedra video, because there's just so much more information on the Daedra, right? The Daedra are the chief antagonists at times of the Elder Scrolls games, right? Especially in Oblivion, right? One of them is the chief antagonist. He's right there. So it's kind of easier for them to have more information. But this was still a good video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe for it, and let me know if there's Elder Scrolls lore channels you want to see me react to. Put them down in the comment section. I'd love to know. Either I'll watch them on my own time because I'm a fucking nerd, or I'll watch them here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.